Found a seller who was willing to let me take over mortgage payments and would have taken equity in installments as well. How do you set this up?
Well, we like to, you can set it up one of two ways. We like to set it up as two separate payments. We like to take the original mortgage subject to and give the seller a second note. And we prefer to give a promissory note that's not recorded against the property. And most of the time the seller will agree to that. Now, it does depend on the seller's sophistication. It depends on how you present it to the seller. So what we would do, let's say, just round the numbers up, it's a $100,000 property. They have $75,000 mortgage with $400 a month payments, and they want the remaining $25,000 in equity. We would say, okay, great, Mr. Seller, we'll take over the payments on your first. And you can structure that promissory note any way you like. You can set it up to either make monthly payments to the seller, make interest-only payments to the seller, or make no payments to the seller until your buyer exercises their option or refinances the land contract. So again, it's all negotiation. It's what the seller needs at the time. If they don't need the money, if they've already bought another house, if they, you present it as an advantage that I can pay you full price, Mr. Seller, absolute full price with no closing costs to you, no realtor fees, but I need for you to wait until my buyer actually refinances. Or like I said, you can set it up with payments. It just really depends on what the seller needs. Now, you can also do it as a wrap where you create another mortgage for $100,000 that gets recorded at the courthouse. You make a payment to the seller for the full amount. They pay their underlying mortgage. We don't like that because then we're relying on the seller to pay the underlying mortgage. And if they decide not to, it puts you in a precarious situation. So we don't like that model. Some people do it that way, and it's okay. It really just depends on what your seller insists on.